Hey guys, so today I thought I'd talk to you guys about why your manifestation could be taking a bit longer than you could expected, why what you're trying to manifest just hasn't maybe happened for you yet. I know I am one of those people that it can tend to take a little bit longer for sometimes, and like I've never really speed manifested anything, but manifestation is not a speedy process for most people, because you have to be feeding that energy continuously in a positive way so that you can nurture your desires in positive ways, which will create the positive outcome. But just like a person or a plant, it has to grow. It takes time to grow. If you were 7 years old and you couldn't wait to be 18 years old and you wish it would just happen tomorrow because your 18-year-old sister or whatever inspires you like hell and you just want to be everything like her, so you wish you could be 18 tomorrow. You could wish that all you want and try and manifest that all you want, and you will manifest it. However, it's going to take that time. It's going to take a few years to do that, right? So again, it's not a speedy process. And so many people, they'll give it like 2 years, 5 years, even 10 years and give up on it because they're like, it's not happening. Well, it doesn't work like that. I get that, you want it to happen right now, but it will happen for you when it's meant to happen for you. The universe or your higher self knows when this shit, by the way, it's not any type of religion, and I don't know why people think it is. It's literally just about yourself and self-development and recognizing your own true power to create the life that you so desire and becoming the best version of yourself possible and most imaginable for you. So definitely your higher self is the unconscious mind. We live in the ego mind more than anything. So it's our higher self that knows what's up. And our higher self is greatly connected to the energetic forces working in our favor, and the energy we are putting out there is aware of all of that. That's why when you're more connected to your higher self, it is going to be the one telling you these things. That's like, okay, well, this takes time. And that's why just learning the rules of the law of attraction, the steps of the law of attraction, is not going to just save you, because you have to be willing to put in the effort to learn other things. Because to expand in any way, expand in any area of your life, you need to be willing to learn newer things, because the old that you're limiting yourself from expansion. You're not going to expand if you're not willing to expand your knowledge, because you need to understand more, have the ability to withstand more and adapt to more things and grow more as an individual, not just keep yourself in a small little box and expect new things to come to you. That's not how it works, So definitely taking the time to learn more is going to benefit you more than it won't. And like, it's benefited me so much more. If I only watched one of the videos that I watched, or even just simply learned about the law of attraction, yeah, I'd be with everyone that thinks that the law of attraction is complete bullshit, because you do not know the other things to do with the law of attraction. You do not know the other things to do with any of this stuff. And it is really important to know, because if you knew more about this stuff and would take the time to learn more, then you would know that there is not even time in existence in the universe. Energy does not run off by time. Time does not exist in the divine aspect of things. It does not exist. Time is man-made entirely for our benefit, not energetically. It is not an energetic created thing, right? So to think that, it's time right now, the energy sees it and feels it as it's not your time yet, because time is non-existent. It's not attracted to like the months of the year. It's not attracted to like a specific day in the year or a month or anything like that. It doesn't run off like that. It runs off in this moment. This is when you're going to receive this, because this is when you need to receive this. This is when it will most benefit you. And like I was even telling the medium that came over just recently too, it's like we were having conversations about this kind of stuff, because when you meet someone else who's spiritually awakened and all that, or awakening, whatever, doesn't really matter, you start to just, when you start talking about these things, you gain a really strong connection with people, and people really love talking about this stuff, for the most part anyways. Some people get so angry and wrapped up in the past that they cannot process the new knowledge out there, so that can be really hard. Like, someone just tried to fire at me last night, and it's like, look, girlfriend, I've been through it all, let me help you. But of course she ended up blocking me, blah blah blah, all of those things, whatever, it doesn't matter. So when you start talking about these things, you actually do start to learn more as you talk. But it's like I was even saying to her, it's like, I know, like, I can tell of myself from like 5 years from now, when I wanted to be like really successful in YouTube, because that's my biggest dream in life, right? That's my biggest desire in life, is to be successful with YouTube and be in the supportive community and all of these amazing things that's going to take up the whole time in this video. But basically that's one of my biggest desires and dreams in life. And so I can even say that 5 years ago, when I wanted it to happen, I may have wanted it to happen, but I wasn't ready for it. And I can say that confidently by looking back 5 years from now, noticing that, no, that was not right for me then. Like, no. And I didn't even know everything that I do now. So it's like, again, it's willing to expand for your desires, because if you're just sitting in one spot waiting for it to happen, it's not going to happen that quickly for you, and it might not even happen at all, especially if you stop believing in shit like the law of attraction or your own power to create the life of your desires, because you're keeping yourself in the mindset that it's going to come to you as long as you think about it all the time. That's not how it works. Like, yes, it's coming to you, but you have to understand much further and in depth than that. You have to understand that it's going to come to you when it's meant to come to you, not when you think it's right for you. And again, like 2 years from now, you'll look back and realize that, no, you weren't ready then. You're ready now, or whenever it happens for you. You were ready when you were ready, not 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago even. So that's just how it works. You know, it doesn't just happen for you automatically. It does not just happen for you like that when you may think it will benefit you the most. It doesn't work like that. You need to learn specific things first. Specific things need to happen to you first as well, because everything teaches us in the long run. And again, even bad things teach us, but if we choose to sit back and dwell, it's going to stay like that. I was even talking to that girl about that last night. It's like, thoughts cannot haunt you. Negative thoughts cannot ever haunt you unless you refuse to let it go. Negative thoughts cannot haunt you unless you refuse to let it go. And she did not like that. And a lot of people who, go through tragedies, big tragedies, like sexual assault, whatever, all those big things. And that was her case. And she's like, yeah, because I chose that, right? Yeah, and that's how they all react. And it's like, yeah, and I've had tragic things happen to me too. Even that tragic. Maybe not that exact thing, but to the point of flashbacks and PTSD, blah, 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 all of those things, So I've definitely experienced very, very tragic things and very powerfully against the mind things. So I definitely know what those things can consist of and what they do consist of. Just a different kind of story. Like mine's abuse. Hers was sexual assault. It's like it kind of runs in the same fucking area of things. It does the same things to you, right? To the most part. And why, and that's not the only thing I've been through, by the way, that, again, has done that to my brain, but why it bothers other people so much and not me, to the point that they can't sleep at night and they need medication and counseling and blah, blah, blah. I don't need that stuff because I'm not sitting there. If something bad happens to you and you sit there and think that's what your life consists of now, that's something that happened to you, and it's not something that's in the past, it's something that's constantly bothering you, it's something that you can't get over, it's something that, defines you for the rest of your life, and you're allowing that to happen, that's all you're going to fucking see. You're creating it as a habit. You're creating it as a core thought. It's no different from positive to negative thoughts, or even depressive thoughts or really cheerful thoughts. You have to train your brain. And if you're sitting there, like even my anger is an addiction, if I'm sitting there all the time, which I am, getting angry over things, although, again, I've gotten better, but if I'm sitting there getting angry over everything or depressed over everything or whatever, over everything, negative, whatever, it's going to become a core emotion. And that's how I do view my anger, as a core emotion, because that's what I allowed it to become. If you sit there and you're thinking depressive thoughts all the time, it's going to get engraved into your brain, and it's going to be harder to let it go because you've created a dominating thought. And now you are also, people do tend to believe that their heads are the leaders in life. So, and that's how we are trained to live, is by off of our brains. So our brains don't let go of things as easily, but that's also because, again, we create them as habits. That's where habits form. It's from your brain. That's where core thoughts occur, is in your brain. That's why even with panic attacks, it's like you're bound to have another panic attack in the same place, because your brain remembers that that was in a panic state at that time in that place. So that's likely to happen again. So again, it becomes engraved into your brain the more you fucking do it. So if you sit there after being sexually assaulted or abused, whatever, it's not going to leave you alone, because you are refusing to see any other thing other than, this was the worst experience of my life. Why did this happen to me? This sucks. Why did this happen to me? And all of these things over and over and over and over and over and over again. Just literally, even sometimes just those two things I was just saying. Those are two most popular things people say who have gone through tragedies, and they just say it over and over and over and over again. And it's like, you're not helping yourself there at all, because you are just creating it as an addiction, and that's keeping you from being able to manifest newer things, newer thoughts. You need to be willing to expand yourself to bring in the new and to release the old. And that often is why the old resurfaces itself. Even if you've already thought that you got over it and it just randomly pops into your head again, that is because you are ready to release it, to let go of it, so you can move on and be happy and live your greatest life. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more videos. And if you guys have any questions or video recommendations for me at all, be sure to leave them in the comments below this video. And I will also link my second channel, in other words, my vlog channel, and just videos that don't always fit into guidance. There's definitely some guidance on that channel too, and this is just part of my fucking life. Again, I engraved it in my brain. I chose that. So if you guys are interested in that, I will link that also in the description below this video.